Nightmares, they're like the in-laws. They show up uninvited and ruin your sleep. But seriously, have you ever had a nightmare so bad you woke up and thought, well, at least I'm not married to that person? I was having a nightmare the other night and I woke up in a sweat, only to realize I was just dreaming about my student loans. Nightmares are like bad relationships. They keep you up all night, make you feel terrible, and leave you wondering what you did wrong. You know what's weird about nightmares? We spend the first year of a child's life teaching them to walk and talk, and the rest of their lives telling them to shut up and go back to sleep because they're having a nightmare. I had a nightmare that I was stuck in an elevator with a timeshare salesman, and let me tell you, it was a real descent into madness. Nightmares are like that one aunt at the family reunion. They're annoying, uncomfortable, and make you want to get out of there as fast as possible. But you'll see them again someday. Daymares or insomnia. Who needs sleep when you can have a never-ending cycle of anxiety and self-doubt? It's like your brain is trying to roast you from the inside out. You know what they say? You can't sleep because you're too busy lying awake thinking about all the things that could go wrong. Sounds like my marriage. Insomnia is like being in a bad relationship. You're always up at night wondering where it all went wrong and why you can't seem to get any rest. But hey, at least you're not alone. Your dark thoughts are keeping you company. I love how people say, just relax and you'll fall asleep. Like that's going to work when you've got a brain that's constantly racing with thoughts of impending doom and existential dread. Daymares or insomnia, it's like your brain is trying to create its own personal horror movie, complete with jump scares and plot twists, but instead of popcorn you get a munch on anxiety and regret. You know what's wild about insomnia? It's that you can be lying in bed thinking about all the things you need to do tomorrow, and yet somehow you still manage to hit the snooze button repeatedly. It's like your brain is trying to tell you something. You're not getting out of this alive. Insomnia is like being trapped in some kind of bizarre time loop where every night is the same, lying awake thinking about the same things, feeling the same anxiety and fear. But hey, at least it's consistent. Like that one relative who always shows up uninvited. Anxiety disorders, because who doesn't love a good game of what's the worst that could happen all day, every day? It's like having a tiny, annoying roommate in your brain who never pays rent and just complains constantly. I mean, what's the deal with anxiety? It's like your brain is trying to protect you from everything, including happiness and relaxation. Anxiety disorders are like that one relative who always asks, what if, and never listens to the answer. Imagine having a constant nagging voice in your head, and that voice is just a know-it-all who's always wrong. I've got a great idea for a new anxiety treatment. Just give everyone a do list with 10,000 items on it. That way they'll be too busy to worry. Anxiety disorders are the ultimate party crasher. They show up uninvited, overstay their welcome, and make everyone uncomfortable. Mental health stigma is a topic that's still widely misunderstood, like my aunt at a family reunion. People often say, just be positive and you'll be fine, which is like telling someone with a broken leg to just walk it off. I mean, if I had $1 for every time someone said, it's all in your head, I'd have enough money to pay for therapy, which is ironically what I need after hearing that phrase. Mental health stigmas are like bad jokes. They're outdated and hurtful, but somehow still manage to get a laugh from some people. But in all seriousness, we need to break down these stigmas, one joke at a time, because laughter is the best medicine. Unless you have health insurance, then go see a doctor. We should be supporting those who struggle with mental health issues, not making them feel like they're crazy for feeling crazy. And can we please stop using phrases like crazy or insane to describe something that's cool or exciting? It's like, I get it, you think it's funny, but trust me, it's not funny when you're the one living with it. Mental health stigmas are like a bad comedian. They bomb every time, and it's time to give them the hook. So let's all do our part in breaking down these stigmas, one conversation at a time. And remember, if you're feeling down, just talk to someone. Unless it's my aunt, then maybe just stick with Google.